Toyota certainly may be known for its Corollas and Camrys and Siennas and hybrids, but they've been known for trucks as well. They do have a deep, passionate constituency of truck owners here in North America with their mid-sized Tacoma and their full-size Tundra. Problem is, they're both long in the tooth. This Toyota Tundra hasn't been updated in 14 years, but finally in 2022 we have a next generation Tundra to look at. Back about 6 months ago when they did their global reveal, I had a chance to do a walk-around video actually prior to launch, and it's on my YouTube channel if you want to take a look at the sort of first walk-around that I did with a product specialist from Toyota. But now I'm going to get a chance to drive one and look. And with all the different trim levels and engine sizes, I mean, one of the things that's gone now is the V8. We have two 3.5 liter V6 twin turbos, including one with a hybrid. But I'm going to look at what's more or less the base model on this review. It's their SR in a double cab with the base non-hybrid engine, more like what you'd see as an everyday work truck. So stick around. I'm going to take a look at this all-new 2022 Toyota Tundra SR double cab as the feature of my latest review. From a structural standpoint, the new Tundra has finally moved away from a C-channel and onto a fully boxed frame, joining virtually all of its competitors. As a result, the new Tundra offers improved rigidity and greater capability than it did before. In addition to the Tundra's new chassis, a new multi-link rear suspension which ditches leaf springs in favor of coil springs create an all-new driving experience compared to the previous generation truck. Toyota says the benefits of the new suspension will include greater ride comfort, straight-line stability, and overall handling dynamics, along with increased towing capability. The maximum towing capacity for Tundra increases over 17% compared to the previous generation to 12,000 pounds, although capacity will vary depending on drive system and cab size. The maximum payload also increases, with the new limit being 1,940 pounds, which is more than an 11% improvement. The 2022 Tundra also rides on a newly developed double wishbone front suspension, which improves ride comfort, driving performance, and overall durability. Given the variety of preferences and demands from customers shopping in this segment, Tundra is offered in a variety of configurations. There will be two four-door options, a double cab and a CrewMax. Double cab models will be offered with the choice of a 6.5 foot or an 8 foot 1 inch bed. CrewMax models will be offered with either a 5.5 foot bed or a new 6.5 foot bed. When you're looking at trucks and you're getting into, lower trims versus upper trims, there's always going to be frills and little luxury amenities that you don't get on something like this. And with full-size trucks, one thing that I always look for is a step-up, a running board to get into the inside your cab, and this doesn't have one. So especially when you're looking at a double cab like this configuration is, it's always going to be kind of tight to begin with, sort of stepping in there. But we're talking about 18 inches just to the ledge here and 2 feet to get in without a step up. I mean, you've got a handle, but it's tricky even for me. And I've got, longer legs. I'm almost 6 feet tall. But if you have some mobility challenges, or if you're not that tall, it's going to be a challenge. Same thing with getting into the bed here. There is no step up. So you're going to have to climb up when you open up the door. And again, you're talking about a good 2 feet to get into. There's no extra steps like you see when you pull out with the F-150. So, I mean, certainly nicely proportioned if you're looking for a work truck, but difficult to get into. So the new Tundra does come with two different powertrains. However, at the moment, the one we're being able to drive and the one that this SR is equipped with is their 3.5 liter twin turbo V6. The V8s are gone. The V8s are gone from the Tundra, so you have two 3.5 liter engines. This one and another one that is a hybrid. It's the Max iForce. I'll be able to drive that later on. But the power output with this engine here is 389 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque. It's pretty good for what it is. The iForce Max, the hybrid, actually puts out 437 horsepower and over almost 600 pound-feet of torque. But again, I'll get to drive that one later on and do a full review on the hybrid when I can. This engine is matted to a 10-speed ECT automatic transmission. Also comes with a sequential shift mode, up and down shift logic, and there are also towing and hauling modes. You'll also have 3 different drive modes. You've got your normal, your sport, and your eco. This is a 4x2, so it comes with part-time 4-wheel drive system. You have manually selectable. You've got your 2-wheel high. You've got 4-wheel high and 4-wheel low. And it's simply through a push and a slide down of a toggle switch right here next to the gear selector. With respect to fuel economy, the posted combined fuel economy rating, according to Toyota, for this 4x2 SR5 with the 3.5-liter non-hybrid engine is 12.2 liters per 100 kilometers, which works out to 19.3 US miles per gallon. Sounds pretty good, except I haven't been able to achieve that yet. This is admittedly still colder weather, and I have been doing far more city driving than a highway. And of course, the combined fuel economy rating is a measurement that is 45% highway driving and 55% city. So, you know, the overabundance of city driving for me is affecting that, because I am currently right now, I've been mostly around the 13.5 liters. I've gotten up over 14 and maybe down to as little as 13.5 or so, but I'm nowhere near where I should be. In this particular video, I'm driving what really is more or less the base trim. It is the SR, and it's in a 4x2. It's with a double cab. So this is more likely the vehicle that would be considered the work truck. It's probably more likely to be seen on job sites. If you're driving this Tundra probably more as a personal vehicle, you might go higher up in the trim levels. But that's what we have here. The only thing, aside from really being a base model on this particular tester I have, is it's they've added the TRD Sport Packaging. So that comes with a premium paint. It's called Supersonic Red. I actually quite like it. It's nice and rich. You also get with this TRD Sport Package LED daytime running lights and fog lights. You've got your park assist features, your blind spot monitoring. You've got your rear cross traffic alert. You also have some decorative elements. This steering wheel is a TRD heated steering wheel. Think about this heating steering wheel. I know it seems to happen with Toyotas a lot. They're only heated sort of at 9 and 3. It's not the entire wheel. I don't know how it's wired, but you know, I always don't like it when the whole wheel is not warm. But you come with it, and it also comes with your TRD badging on the bottom, and of course this lovely red stripe up top, which I guess helps me know that I'm driving straight. I don't know. It's always there, but it does come with that. There's also a towing package, and overall you have this as the TRD Sport option. This is a presentation of the new interior that we're seeing with the Tundra, and in this base trim, there's some that's familiar and some that's new. Looking ahead of me, my instrument cluster really does resemble the old Tundra. I've got this 4.2-inch TFT multi-info display in color, which is fine. It's not necessarily what you see in the upper trims. Also, you're looking in the center, you've got your 8-inch. It's Toyota's new interface with their entertainment system. It's good. I mean, the 8 is fine. In upper trims, you have a much larger 12-inch center display, and I'm looking forward to checking that out when I review one of the hybrids later on. It's generally functionable. I mean, thankfully there's a volume button. There is a wireless connectivity to Android Auto. You got Apple CarPlay. Other features, of course, your climate controls. This is good. I mean, work trucks are all about tactile anyway. So, what's in the information in the center screen is mostly about entertainment. Your climate controls are here, and they're all tactile and touch, and very much so tactile. There's no discrepancy as to being subtle as to what buttons are where, so that's good. Your drive selector mode obviously comes again with this little TRD red stripe, because that must make it faster, and some badging, but it's your basically traditional gear selector shift lever. Your drive mode selector is just below it, so you can easily rotate between your 3 drive modes: normal, sport, and eco. Your 4-wheel drive selector, going from 2-wheel to 4-wheel high, 4-wheel low, again, I mentioned earlier, is just beside the drive mode selector, and you just push it down and slide. Pretty easy. It's electronic on the fly. Plenty of storage space, lots of little compartments. I mean, that's what trucks are for. Lots of little cubbies here and there that make it work. The seats, these are cloth seats. You know, generally effective. Lumbar support is fine. In the 4x2, of course, the cab, the seats in the back, they are obviously, it's a much more narrow leg room for that. It's the nature of the truck. Now that said, though, one of my sons, he's almost 18 and he's basically 5'11", 6 feet tall. He actually told me this morning that when he was sitting back there, that just the way the back angle is configured and the way the seats in front are, he actually fit in there quite fine, and he said it was quite comfortable. So, despite the short length back there, you can sit adults back there. I wouldn't say that's a long ride cabin, but it does work. With this trim, I do have a park hold feature, so I just want to push it off. It's not auto stop start, but it will allow you at a red light to take your foot off the brake, which is always nice. I've become quite fond of those. You've got your USB port for charging. There is wireless charging on upper trims, not here. I wouldn't expect it though. You know, overall, it's an effective vehicle design in the interior at this level, which again primarily would be for work purposes. So it's efficient, it's effective. I don't think there's anything really outstanding about it, but it generally would do the job. If you're liking the Tundra, if you like the new engine, the powertrain, well, you're not going to be hung up and saying, oh yeah, but that interior. No. I mean, this does not have a sunroof, but there is obviously an optional sunroof on higher trims as well. So if you want more light to get in. But I mean, overall, it's effective and efficient. No complaints overall with the interior. So after 14 years of waiting for a new Tundra, is this worth the wait? Well, I think so. I think they've done a good job with the upgrade. I mean, I'm just looking at a more base work-like model here. And from what I've seen, and from the perspective of thinking who would be the typical buyer and what would be expecting in a vehicle like this, I think it does the job. It's comfortable enough. The new technology is there. It drives well. Some may complain about the lack of a V8. I don't think that's really a big problem overall. I think the twin turbo V6 does fine, and the hybrid will be even better. The only challenges I have, of course, are with the lacking of step-ups to help getting into both the cab and the bed. But overall, you know what? This is a pretty good truck, and I think those who are looking for this model at this level are going to be quite happy. If you like this video and you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. If you are subscribed, don't forget to have your notifications on so you know every time I upload something new. Again, that's it for now. I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching.